Hey guys, this is Michael, aka Epsilon Minus, and this is the deck tech for my round 3 opponent, Cronin, who usually plays blue decks, but decided to mix it up and play a creature deck for this league qualifier, I guess. It's been an interesting tournament so far. I got Pox, then Burn, and now I have basically what amounts to kind of a pseudo-mirror match. There's a few differences between his deck and mine. The main one is he decided to splash a fourth color to play Meddling Mage, Trigon Predator, Edric, and looks like that's mostly what he splashed blue for. All of those cards are pretty good, especially against Oath and stacks. Edric maybe not quite so much, but he can draw a bunch of cards. He's also got the 2 green Sun Zeniths to fetch up his dudes. He's also running 2 copies of Gaddock Teague, which is actually pretty bad against me because I don't have any spells that this affects, but it does turn off his Zenith, so I'm assuming that will probably come out. Deck's core is pretty similar to mine. He's running a couple more Death Rites, but he's running Noble Hierarch, Dark Confidant, Mayor of Avabrook, Talia, Kasali. He's got a couple Mother of Runes, which is a little bit of a concern. If that gets going and gets active, that could definitely be a problem for me. Also running some Abrupt Decays. No swords in the main, interestingly enough. And then his mana base, he's running a more fetch-heavy build. And then he's basically running 3 Savannas, 3 Bayous, and a Trop, whereas I'm running 2 Bayou, 2 Savannah, 2 Scrubland. And he's not running Cavern of Souls, interestingly enough, despite the fact that he has a lot of humans in this deck. His sideboard is, for the most part, kind of dead against me. Assuming he brings in the extra removal, the 2 swords, and the Abrupt Decay. Stony Silence turns off my Lotus Petals, but probably isn't worth bringing in. Cage and Leyline are obviously for the dredge matchups, and Cage probably comes in against Oath. Might bring in the Trigon Predator, just have another body. And Kill Switch, I assume, is for shops, and maybe also comes in against like Oath that can tap down like Blightsteel or something like that, or Time Vault or whatnot. So basically, I'd say that I think I probably have the advantage in this matchup. Obviously, there's a lot of variance that can happen, and Cronin's a good player. He beat me round 3 last QT. The main reason I think I have the advantage is Teague is pretty dead against me. Meddling Mage can be decent, but we're playing so many of the same cards that he's kind of taking a risk if he names something that's in both of our decks. Trigons are good because they have evasion and a slightly bigger tail, but they're probably not at their most optimal. The one card that he is running that's pretty good against me is Mother of Runes, but I do have 2 Revokers plus Orzhov Pontiff out of the sideboard to deal with that. Basically, the reason I think I have the advantage is I'm running more main deck removal. I'm running an extra Abrupt Decay plus 3 swords. I'm running Lotus Petals over the extra Death Rite, so my acceleration's a bit quicker. And the cards that I am running that he's not are like Knight of the Reliquary, Eternal Witness. Mist Cutter's probably not great, but has a little bit of applicability. Master of the Wild Hunt, I think basically if it lands and we're at parity, he can't really deal with it unless he gets Mother of Runes active. And I have the Pontiffs in the sideboard that I can swap out for the Talias, which I think are going to be kind of dead against him. So I think anything can happen, but I'm feeling tentatively confident about this matchup, but we'll see what happens in the actual games, and thanks for watching.